A little bit about how Chainlink works for Dragon's Teeth.
Yeah, so Chainlink is basically a mix between domination and conquest, I would say. The difference being, the thing that connects to domination is that you capture flags really quickly, and you need to capture flags that are next to each other, so you get the link, and the link is what you get points for. So it also counts down, if I don't remember incorrectly, so it counts down to 0 instead. So you kind of bleed out.
Instead of so is it like a ticket burn almost, or is it going to be something a little bit different than that?
Yes.
Okay.
So, but the thing here is the links, right? So you have to play the game a little bit differently. You run to the cluster of the capture points and you kind of defend them. So I mean, this map is linear, obviously. Yeah. Not all of them are, but this map is linear. So when I play this, I go for the center point, I get that, and the neighboring ones, and then I just defend. Because that's what I like. They come to me and they all die.
And your team can kind of back cap those flags behind them as well.
And there's also, of course, you can sneak around and capture and cut off these points. That's how you get back into the game.
Strategic.
So you want to cut off in the middle because you get less points if you have a shorter chain.
So where did the idea of this game mode come from? How did you guys kind of implement this into the game? What was the idea?
It kind of came into fruition by just playing, and we wanted a fast game mode that was we could still play bigger. Like Domination is fast, but it's small, and this is a bigger version of that, to a sense, I guess. But all of these maps, it plays really well on. Because the action is so action-packed. Conquest is a little bit slow compared.
Right. But this is definitely in your face, and that's the whole idea with Dragon's Teeth. It's supposed to be that intimate combat. It's all about that head-to-head.
And I mean, to be honest, this is my favorite map in Battlefield.
I mean, it's a very pretty map. It looks like it's in the winter time.
People are gonna love this map.
So why don't we actually talk about the map a little bit, about Propoganda? What's the whole idea behind this map? Where are we right now?
We're in North Korea.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Somewhere
I think Pyongyang, right? Somewhere in Pyongyang. It has a lot of monuments. There's a train going through the map. It's kind of linear, but it has two sides to it, and there's a big street in the middle where if you want to go over to the other side, you have to cross this street.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah.
In this game mode, you don't really use that side though, but because it's the linear version. But it's a really nice map in most modes. I really like it.
So in Chainlink, we're not going to see as much of the map, but what are some other features of Propoganda that we would see in Dragon's Teeth?
I mean, I don't know. There's nothing big that just stands out. It's just very well balanced in general.
There's a train, isn't there? I mean,
there's a train. Sadly, it's out of this playing field.
There's like this large train that kind of comes screaming through
You run
the
your tank over there, it dies.
Which was really cool in the trailer. It was a lot of fun to watch.
When we play test this map, because I don't listen, there's like this boop, boop, and then it comes.
And then as far as destructibility, what are some of the things that we'll see in Propoganda?
There's a lot of the micro-destruction for sure. You can blow up all the houses, the walls. It looks different when the game is over for sure. So you can't really feel safe anywhere.
And that's one of the
you have to move around a lot.
That's one of the cool things about Battlefield 4 is just the entire, even at micro-levolution, just the deformation of the entire map. It never looks the same at the end of the round.
And of course, there's battle pickups in this map as well. I'm not sure about them in this mode, though.
So why don't we talk about some of the battle pickups that you'd find in Propoganda?
I really like the Roar bot, but I think it's only in Conquest, but I really like that one in this map because it's so tiny and you can drive into the little crevices. And
he's tiny, but he's deadly.
Yes.
He's definitely very, very deadly. And hopefully we'll get to take a look at him later on during the show. But it looks like the team right now, we've got the red team the Chinese team is definitely
they've cut them off in the middle here.
They did, but US came over here and they took control of Echo. Let's take a look at of Kyiv. He's got his what is he using here? He's got the grenade launcher. He's trying to defend this point, like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's really quick.
It's the map. It's kind of like Domination, that the same
but it's just much bigger.
Very, very linear. But they were trying to cut them off at Echo and try to maybe back tap on the.
Yeah, they're still doing it. See, they had 3 connections there, or even 4 actually. So they cut it off, and now it became 2.
So if you were the US team right now, what do you think would be the best thing that they could do?
I would do what they do and have my friends spawn on me, stay there, and kind of make sure that we keep ours.
With them cutting them off, they're going to reduce the amount of points.
So you can see here, the red lines basically are what you get points for, right? Mm-hmm. So now they had 4 when they had that point, and now they only have 2. So cutting that off, just one. See, now they have 4 again.
Yeah.
Just one of those cuts makes a big difference.
And then the points that they accumulate, will that just happen faster now that they have more points connected?
Yeah, double speed because 4 versus 2.
Yeah, math is a great thing. So it looks like right now that they're really trying really hard to try to hold on to these points.
Yeah, the red team is
the Chinese
totally...
are they're dominating the map right now. But anything else that you would like to throw in about Chainlink? I mean, what are some of the tactics that players could use to really do well on this game mode?
If you're this behind, I mean, there's always you sneak around and cap the endpoints, because normally when they're this strong, they keep to the middle of the map. And if you can cut off the endpoints, at least you can remove at least two of those.
So it's really just trying to stop those links and try to form your own.
And spawn on each other. You're also allowed to spawn on the points in this mode. So once you cap it, it's quick as in Domination. Your whole team can spawn there. Right. You can kind of come from the other side and surprise them.
I like that.
So that's a big difference as well.
And they're still trying really, really hard
to
hold on those points. Now it looks like the Chinese are moving on over to Charlie, and it looks like they're just going to keep on just marching forward. US is trying very, very hard to try to hold on to at least 2 of their points. They've got the 2, but Chinese is holding on to the 4. But they're trying right now. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Let's see if we can get a hold of the leaderboard. Maybe not. But anyways. So David, with the live team, with you're trying to do with the CT and everything, what's the most enjoyable part of your job? What have you really enjoyed the most with being a live producer?
It's been so much fun seeing this game from the beginning, where we had problems, right? But we have had the time, and we put down the effort, and we got so much feedback from the players, and not only the positive feedback, obviously, but all the constructive criticism we're getting.
Most definitely.
And trying to act on and give them what they want.
Right, and even players got to use some of the new weapons from Dragon's Teeth in the CTE, so they were able to even help you with balancing so soon into implementing a new DLC.
Yeah, and everything from the netcode to all the content of this pack and the next pack, for that matter, is gonna be available there first. So you can kind of help us make it as good as you want it to.
That's really cool. You guys have done that for the community, giving them the ability to do that for you guys.
Frankly, I couldn't wish for a more active community than we have. The guys that are on the CT are awesome. Thank you guys for being this active and helping us out this much.
Most definitely.
It's not something we can ask for really, but they are doing it, and it is great.
That's great. So right now, it still seems like the Chinese, they did, like you were saying, they come around, sneak, and start to back cap, and it looks like the US is holding on to Golf and Foxtrot, and then they also have their 3 points up there, so right now...
But you don't count the points here, you count the links.
Oh,
so you have 2
links, right,
plus that one, which they just lost. And then, they were actually in the lead there for a short while.
And then at the end of the timer, whoever has the most links is
you bleed the other team, so once their tickets are out, you win.
Got it. I'm definitely going to have to play this so I can get a feel for how Chainlink runs in Battlefield 4. But is Chainlink only going to be available in Dragon's Teeth, or is it going to be able to be played on vanilla maps?
Possibly. It's not in this pack now, though, but there's a possibility if we find maps where this works out, that we implemented it on the maps. We don't rule that out.
That'd be cool.
We're doing a lot of changes to Rush now, for instance, on the CT.
Right.
We're doing we're looking at Conquest Small next, and so on. So no, I wouldn't rule it out, but currently in this pack, no, we don't have it.
Other thing like Chainlink on like Metro, or even like Caspian Border,
could
like
possibly
that
work.
would be really cool.
There's sure a possibility for that.
So right now, it's definitely like this nice going back and forth. I really like how the game's able to change so quickly. How it's just, like you said, it flips.
It reminds me of a quick double elimination from like Battlefield 2 or something like that. Because you kind of have that, like the Striker Karkan, where you go back and forth.
Most definitely, and then
you go and take the tank at the back of the base, because the base here isn't worth as much since you can spawn on the points.
Sure.
You can actually cap all the bases, if you will. It changes the game up quite a lot, and it's fast since
it's very fast. It's just like Domination, but I really like how you're able to link those points together.
And as you can see, there's way less vehicles in this than compared to Conquest. In Conquest, this map actually has tanks.
Does it really?
Yeah. So some of these maps have heavier vehicles.
So this is just again highlighting the combat that you have in Dragon's Teeth, that infantry combat. Not so much highlighting the vehicle combat that Battlefield has been known for, more so highlighting on that infantry.
The infantry and all the destruction and the team play, I would say, we try to get with this for sure. So I mean, the only way to really take one of these points and keep it is to use your full squad. You can't really do this on your own. It's not I wouldn't say it's a mode for a single guy that wants to play alone.
That lone wolf
needs to kind of play with a bunch of people. It could be random, you know. But whoa, that was close.
Okay, that was a very close game. 22 tickets to 0.
Nice.
Chinese, they had a little bit more of that map domination. That was actually a lot.